And now to a CBS News New York exclusive. A mother fighting for her son's release. Tomorrow marks 1 month since a Bronx high school student was taken into ICE custody following an immigration hearing. And tonight, his mom tells our Doug Williams about the day that she watched agents take her child away in handcuffs.
In so many ways, 20-year-old Dylan's arrest was just the beginning. It was the first high-profile arrest of its kind, not only sparking outrage and protests in the city, but giving us a glimpse of the strategies that federal agents are now using regularly, dismissing cases in immigration court before immigrants or those seeking asylum are detained and brought to parts unknown. It was also just the beginning for Raisa, Dylan's mom. She was with her son when he was taken away.
We were leaving the hearing, but as we walked towards the elevator, we noticed these two men who were following us. They told us to move towards the right side and that we were arrested. I told my son, it's ICE. They were violent.
Dylan was the first city public school student that we know of to be detained as part of this ramped-up enforcement. Raisa says Dylan was helping her raise his younger siblings, who are 7 and 10 years old. We asked what the hardest part of it all has been.
That he's not present. I'm a single mom and he is my support.
The lawyers who represent the family say after his detainment, Dylan went from New York City to New Jersey, then to Texas, then to Louisiana, then to Pennsylvania, where he is now. Raisa said she spoke to Dylan as recently as Thursday.
A few days ago, he told me they gave him rotten eggs for breakfast and he didn't eat them. Many times the food is spoiled. The conditions in the facility are deplorable. There are worms in the sink and it's what they use to drink water. He's felt sick, but instead of giving him meds, they just yell.
Has this changed how you feel about what America represents as a country and a place to live?
We are trying to do things well, follow the law, and for this to happen makes us fearful. This is unjust.
A Department of Homeland Security official said in a statement, in part, ICE takes its commitment to promoting safe, secure, humane environments for those in our custody very seriously. It is a long-standing practice to provide comprehensive medical care from the moment an alien enters ICE custody, and adding that Dylan, quote, is an illegal alien from Venezuela who illegally entered the U.S. more than 1 year ago. Raisa was emotional when we asked how she's been able to sleep.
I wait for his call at night. I pray to God for justice.
Doug, tell us, what is the very latest on the family's efforts to get Dylan released?
I had to ask the attorney that question twice because I thought I was misunderstanding something, and it turns out really I wasn't. Because of a court ruling actually last week, Dylan's case, in terms of just the immigration law part of it, is in the exact same spot in a courtroom as it was before he was detained and the case was dismissed in New York City. So the difference now, of course, being he's in federal custody in Pennsylvania. He's not at home in the Bronx. But it's my understanding that next week, not next week, I should say, it's early July, he's going to go for another court appearance that, as is my understanding, is basically the same thing he was doing in New York City before he was eventually dismissed and detained.
So it doesn't sound like there's been much progress whatsoever.
No, everything has changed, even though in some ways nothing's changed.
Yes. All right. Doug, thank you for that update. And Doug has been following Dylan's story since the beginning, and he covers education issues. If you have a story idea to share, just scan that QR code there on your screen.